Hello, Plano. How you doing? I'd like to have a little feedback. So I'm Dan Jenkins. I'm a real estate developer and a pickleball player. And my name is, affectionately, they call me Papa Pickle. So I'm going to have 4 segments to the talk. They all start with P. The first one is pickleball. The next one is property. And the next segment is people. And the last segment is Providence. And we'll walk you through that little life. So pickleball, I'm Papa Pickle because I started playing pickleball in the early 80s. I was a summer camp counselor and I was a camper, a family camper, and we started playing in the early 80s. It was up in the Northwest, and that's where the birthplace of pickleball happened. We were about 15 miles south of where pickleball was created. As a camp counselor, some leaders of the camp had the vision to put some pickleball courts in the camp around the basketball courts. And at the time, it was kind of a novelty, and nobody really knew what to do with it. But then about the mid-'80s came around, and somebody figured out the game. And quickly, the figuring out of the game turned into a tournament and brackets and serious competition. And there was a lot of fun and a lot of encouragement in the community all around pickleball. In fact, so much so that for the next 20 years, pickleball was the reason people came to camp every year just for the tournament. One year, in 1999, I was the men's singles champion, which made me the champion of the millennium, which means 1,000 years. So 900 years later, someone else is going to be the champion of the millennium. So that was my pickleball journey, and we've been active pickleball players ever since. So the next part of my segment or the story is properties. So in between pickleball tournaments, our annual pickleball tournaments, I developed a real estate career in commercial real estate. When I was 23 years old, I became a commercial real estate broker specializing in office space. At 26 years old, I've co-founded a real estate development company where we took old dilapidated properties, renovated them, and repurposed them. And then I did that for about 20 years. And then in 2010, I left that company and founded New Core Development, which is I'm still active and own and active today. We've had a variety of projects. So a notable one is a project up in Seattle. We took an old, dilapidated commercial marina on Lake Union, which is right downtown Seattle, and then we converted it to a luxury houseboat community with stunning views looking back at the lake, or looking back at Seattle. So I had this history of pickleball, and throughout the years we continued to play. And then I have this history of real estate development. And I want to take a moment and go back to pickleball and people. What is it about pickleball that is so infectious? Why do people like to play it so much? So it's an easy game to learn, but it's hard to master. No matter what age you are or physical ability, you can enjoy the game. I had a friend of mine call it the people's game. And there's a competitive spirit and a community that's unique in all the sports. And that is infectious and contagious, and it becomes addictive. All the things that we're experiencing in the wave of the popularity now were the same things we learned and experienced a century ago, or the last century. It also is a very personal experience, and I'll give you some examples. It's life-changing. There's this guy named Steve who was a Vietnam vet, and Steve lost his wife. He found himself at home drinking, smoking, watching TV, and really pretty much lost his joy in life. He went to see his doctor, and his doctor said, "Steve, you got to get out and start walking or doing something." So Steve got himself up, started walking, and when he was walking, he saw these people hitting this wiffle ball back and forth. He got the courage to stop and say hello. They welcomed him in. A year later, Steve has lost 50 pounds, has a community of friends that look forward to seeing him every day, and has a new joy and purpose in life. That's the transformative thing about pickleball. It transforms people's lives, and that's just one story of many. Another tidbit, if you will, I have a friend who's got a daughter in college, and he said his daughter get between classes, they sit in a circle and they text each other. So we're plugged in and we're so disconnected, we need that human interaction. Pickleball, with its small, intimate courts, its welcoming environment, allows for that community and human connectivity to happen. And it's contagious. It's everywhere. So we went from pickleball to properties to people, and now we're in Providence. So 40 years ago, I started my pickleball journey. During that time, I learned the whole real estate business. Then I see the transformative nature of pickleball. And about a year ago, we're playing, and I say to my wife, as we're waiting for a court because the court is so jammed up, I said, we need more indoor pickleball courts. How hard could it be? I know the game, I know the real estate, but I don't know operations. So I've got online and found a franchise called Pickleball Kingdom, joined up with them, and now we are the exclusive area rep for Pickleball Kingdom for up to 20 locations in all of DFW. Our first location happens to open just down the street from us here in Plano, about April 26th is our goal. And at that time, we'll be the largest indoor dedicated pickleball facility in all of Texas. Come on. So the Providence point is, I could never have imagined 40 years ago, I mean literally 40 years ago, some of these people talking tonight haven't even been born, but that's why they call me Papa Pickle. But I could have never have imagined building indoor pickleball facilities 40 years ago when I started that journey. And even during the real estate career that I had, which I enjoyed very much, I never imagined that that experience with pickleball combined as an opportunity to build facilities and help transform lives and build communities would happen to me now. So all of that history came together in a providential way. And I find it a great pleasure, honor, and humbled to have the opportunity to bring pickleball and the community and the life transformation to all of DFW. The definition of providence is God's hand in man's destiny. And I feel led and blessed to be in this position to do what we're doing. So, the final question. Your providence, your life. What will your future look like when you decide to pick up a pickleball paddle and come join the community? Thank you.